Imagine being on the perfect cruise. Everything looks flawless. The sunny decks, elegant dining, and endless entertainment. But what if I told you there's a whole hidden side of cruising that could ruin your entire vacation if you only knew? Behind the smiles, the luxury, and the polished charm, there's a world of secrets the cruise industry doesn't want you to know. Secrets so big that they could change the way you see your next cruise forever. So, if you're planning your next trip or even thinking about it, this video is about to reveal what the cruise industry doesn't want you to find out. Keep watching because it's not what you think. These are the 13 things you should never know as a cruise passenger. But before we dive into the secrets, let me take you on a quick journey behind the scenes of the cruise industry, where things aren't as glamorous as they seem. You might think that your vacation is all about fun and luxury, but wait until you hear what former crew members have to say about the real experience behind the curtain. I've got the inside scoop, and trust me, some of these things might make you rethink that booking you were about to make. Secret: the hidden cabins. First up, there's a cabin you should never book. It might seem like a steal with its low price tag, but trust me, this bargain comes with a cost you won't want to pay. Most cruisers make the mistake of choosing cabins based on price, thinking they're getting a great deal. However, these cheap cabins are often strategically placed in some of the worst spots on the ship. You'll find them near engine rooms, mechanical rooms, or storage areas, where noise and vibration are constant. Picture this. You're trying to relax in your cabin, but all you hear is the rumbling of the ship's engines, the sound of heavy machinery, and the vibrations shaking the walls. It's not a soothing ocean breeze. It's the noise that comes from areas that passengers are rarely aware of. And it doesn't end there. The smell of fumes from the lower decks can creep into your room, making it feel more like a maintenance area than a relaxing getaway. Cruise lines know this, but they don't advertise these drawbacks. Why? Because the low price helps sell these cabins to unsuspecting passengers, all while keeping complaints at bay. So, the next time you're booking a cruise, beware of the cheap cabins. They may seem like a good deal, but you'll quickly wish you had splurged for a better spot on the ship. It's a nightmare you'll want to avoid. Secret 2: buffet lines, what they don't tell you. Next, let's talk about the buffet. We've all been there. Long lines, impatient crowds, and food that's not exactly memorable. But here's something most passengers don't know. There's a secret to avoiding those frustratingly long lines. It's all about timing and location, and no, it's not as simple as just going during off hours. Some cruise lines deliberately place their most popular buffets in the busiest areas, knowing that the crowds will make you settle for a less than ideal experience. So, here's the trick. Avoid the crowded buffet areas and head to the quieter parts of the ship. Believe it or not, they serve the exact same food, but with far less chaos. These hidden buffet spots are often tucked away from the main deck, where you won't have to fight for a seat or wait forever for food. And the best part? You'll get the same high-quality meals, but with a much more relaxing atmosphere. It's a simple change that makes a huge difference to your cruise experience. So, next time you're hungry, don't follow the crowds. Seek out the secret spots for a stress-free dining experience. Secret 3: VIP perks you're not getting. You've heard of VIP access, right? Exclusive lounges, priority boarding, and other perks that seem reserved for the ultra-wealthy. But here's the truth. That's exactly what the cruise industry wants you to believe. The reality? Former crew members have revealed there are ways to gain access to those VIP experiences without paying the premium price. It's not about being rich, it's about knowing the right strategies. The key lies in timing, building rapport with the crew, and asking for the right upgrades at just the right moment. Many guests don't realize that with the right approach, they can unlock perks like upgraded seating, VIP lounges, or even priority boarding without paying extra. The cruise lines intentionally keep this information under wraps to protect their profit margins. After all, why let passengers in on a secret that could mean they don't have to spend big bucks to enjoy the perks? So, next time you're on a cruise, remember, VIP access doesn't have to cost a fortune. With the right timing and a bit of insider knowledge, You could be sipping cocktails in an exclusive lounge without breaking the bank. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. After hearing all these shocking details, you might start questioning everything you thought you knew about cruising. But this next secret, it could change the way you see cruises altogether, and it could just make you reconsider whether or not you want to cruise again at all. But before I reveal it, if you found these secrets eye-opening, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more insider tips. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. It's going to completely shift your perspective on cruising. Secret 4: How cruise ships really make money. You might think that cruise lines profit mainly from ticket sales, but the real money comes from hidden fees. What they don't tell you is how much they profit from upselling everything from drinks packages to small service fees. Every freebie you see, like drinks in your cabin, is often bundled into an upgraded package you didn't sign up for. These so-called promotions aren't as great as they seem. Many are designed to get you to spend more without realizing it. The cruise industry thrives on these hidden charges, knowing full well that most passengers won't read the fine print. Everything from specialty dining to Wi-Fi and even gratuities are marked up, and the cruise lines don't shy away from profiting off these extra costs. So, when booking your next cruise, be cautious of those free perks. They might come with a hidden price tag. Secret 5: The truth about shore excursions. Let's talk shore excursions. These are often marketed as exclusive experiences that you can only get through the cruise line, right? But here's the truth. Many of these so-called exclusive excursions are simply repackaged local tours, and they're often available at a fraction of the price if you book them yourself. The cruise lines mark up these excursions drastically, making you believe you're getting a unique, luxury experience. In reality, it's just a typical day trip that's been made to look special. Whether it's a guided city tour or a scenic hike, you're often paying much more than the excursion is actually worth. What the cruise lines don't want you to know is that you can easily find the same tours and activities directly from local providers, often with the same itinerary and sometimes even better perks, without the steep markup. So, next time you see an exclusive shore excursion, consider booking it independently. You'll save money and still enjoy the same experience. Secret 6: Hidden fees for passengers. Here's another big secret you need to know. The hidden fees that cruise lines don't want you talking about. Things like daily service charges, special equipment rentals, and Wi-Fi costs can add up quickly. And before you know it, you're paying much more than you expected. But here's the kicker. Many of these fees are actually optional, and the cruise lines won't always make it clear that you can opt out or downgrade them. For example, the daily service charge that's automatically added to your bill is often for things like housekeeping and dining staff tips, but you can usually adjust or remove it if you choose. The same goes for Wi-Fi costs. There are often less expensive plans available if you dig a little deeper. Many passengers don't realize they're paying for things they don't need or could get cheaper, simply because the cruise lines bury these details in the fine print. So, next time you book a cruise, make sure to read the fine print carefully, and don't be afraid to ask questions about any fees you're being charged. You might just save yourself a lot of money. Secret 7: The dangers of the cruise industry's environmental impact. Here's something that many passengers don't know. The cruise industry is one of the least environmentally friendly industries in the world. Cruise ships burn massive amounts of fuel and dump waste directly into the ocean, contributing heavily to pollution and marine life destruction. From untreated sewage to toxic chemicals, cruise ships release pollutants that harm ecosystems, often near pristine coastlines and fragile coral reefs. But here's the worst part. Most passengers are completely unaware of the environmental damage these ships cause. While you're enjoying the luxury on board, the reality is that your cruise might be leaving a significant environmental footprint. The cruise industry often downplays this issue, hiding behind eco-friendly marketing to cover up their lack of sustainability. If you're a conscious traveler who cares about preserving our oceans and marine life, this is something you need to consider before booking your next cruise. By choosing more environmentally responsible cruise lines or even opting for alternative vacations, you can make a real difference in reducing this damaging impact. The planet is at risk, and it's time we all start thinking about the bigger picture before we set sail. So, now that you know these dirty little secrets, I want to know, what was the most shocking thing you learned so far? Let me know in the comments below, and let's get the conversation started. Secret 8 Behind-the-Scenes Cruise Stories. Former cruise workers often tell me some wild and eye-opening stories about life behind the scenes. While passengers are enjoying luxury meals and entertainment, the crew is under constant pressure to maintain that perfect experience. But what many don't realize is the toll this takes on the staff. Crew members are expected to work incredibly long hours, sometimes up to 16 hours a day, with little to no personal time. And it's not just the hours. There's also the physical strain of performing demanding tasks non-stop, all while keeping up a cheerful front. The worst part? These workers often receive little recognition for their efforts. They're the unsung heroes who make everything seem flawless, but their hard work often goes unnoticed by the very people they're serving. Passengers see the shiny surface of cruise life, but behind the scenes, the crew is dealing with stress, exhaustion, and the emotional toll of working in such high-pressure conditions. So, next time you're enjoying a perfect cruise, take a moment to remember the people who make it all happen, often at the expense of their own well-being. Secret 9 Why the Cruise Industry Loves Inexperienced Passengers. Here's a shocking truth. The cruise industry thrives on newbie cruisers. They know that people who are taking their first cruise are more likely to spend extra money on things they don't actually need. Why? Because they don't know any better. First-timers are easy targets for upselling, whether it's tempting you with exclusive packages, overpriced excursions, or unnecessary upgrades. The cruise lines rely heavily on these passengers, knowing that without experience, you'll be persuaded to buy extras you wouldn't normally consider. From spa treatments to special dining reservations, first-time cruisers are much more likely to fall for these traps, thinking they're getting something special or once in a lifetime, when in reality, they're just paying for something that's overpriced or redundant. So, if you're a first-time cruiser, be aware. The cruise industry counts on you to buy into these upsells. Do your research, ask the right questions, and don't be afraid to say no to those exclusive offers. Knowing this secret will help you keep your vacation budget under control and avoid unnecessary charges. Secret 10 The Luxury of Staying Away from the Action. Some of the best spots on a cruise ship are hidden in plain sight. While most passengers crowd around the main attractions, pools, bustling restaurants, and busy bars, there are serene, luxurious places waiting for you, away from the chaos. If you truly want to experience the high-end side of cruising without the crowds, avoid those popular areas and seek out the hidden gems. There are plenty of quiet bars, lounges, or overlooked corners of the ship that offer a more peaceful, intimate setting. These spots often provide personalized service and a far more relaxed vibe, giving you that VIP experience without having to pay extra for upgrades. Imagine sipping a cocktail in a tranquil lounge, far from the noise and rush of the main deck, or enjoying an unhurried meal without the long wait times. The cruise lines don't advertise these secret spots because they know they're not as profitable as the crowded areas. But for those in the know, these hidden gems offer a perfect escape, allowing you to unwind in style while others are stuck in the hustle and bustle. Secret 11 The Truth About Cruise Food. Cruise food is often touted as one of the best parts of the experience, but here's a secret that might change how you see your meals at sea. The food is not as fresh as you think. While it might taste good, many of the ingredients used in cruise ship kitchens are frozen and shipped on board long before you ever sit down to eat. In fact, some of the meals you're served are mass-produced in large kitchens, often prepared ahead of time, and simply reheated before being plated and brought to your table. That's right, what you think is a freshly made dish may have actually been cooked hours or even days in advance. Cruise lines don't advertise this because they want you to believe that every meal is prepared from scratch. But the reality is that keeping food costs low and managing large-scale kitchens means using pre-prepared or frozen ingredients for consistency and efficiency. So, while the food may still taste good, It's not quite the culinary experience you might expect from a luxury vacation. Did any of these secrets make you rethink your next cruise? Drop a comment below if you've experienced any of these things firsthand. Secret 12: the cruise true role. A lot of passengers think the cruise job is simply about serving food and drinks, but the truth is far more complex. Crew members are also responsible for keeping everything running smoothly and, more importantly, ensuring that passengers don't complain about any issues with the ship. If there's a problem, whether it's a minor cabin issue or a maintenance glitch, the crew is often expected to cover it up and make sure it doesn't affect the perfect image of the cruise. This pressure to maintain an illusion of perfection means that crew members sometimes go to great lengths to hide problems or downplay inconveniences, all to keep passengers satisfied and avoid negative feedback. From smoothing over small cabin defects to quickly fixing maintenance issues without anyone noticing, the crew works hard to ensure that the experience appears flawless, often at the expense of their own well-being and job satisfaction. So, next time you're enjoying a seemingly perfect cruise, remember that the crew is working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep things running without a hitch, sometimes at their own personal sacrifice. Secret 13: the secret cruise industry hacks they don't want you to know. Finally, here's the last secret: how to make sure you get the best deal on your next cruise. The cruise industry doesn't want you to know this, but there are hidden ways to save big, ways to upgrade your cabin, access exclusive perks, and even get free extras without paying a cent more. First, always book early or, surprisingly, wait until the last minute. Cruise lines often drop prices close to departure to fill unsold rooms. Another hack: consider booking your excursions independently instead of through the cruise line, which marks up the prices significantly. And if you want a cabin upgrade, ask about it at check-in. Sometimes, if there's availability, you can score an upgrade for a fraction of the price. The cruise industry is all about upselling, but with the right strategies, you can bypass many of these costs and still enjoy a top-tier experience. They'll never advertise these tricks, but now you know how to get the best value on your cruise without breaking the bank. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss the next cruise secret I'm about to share. Trust me, you'll want to stay tuned for even more insider tips to make your cruise experience unforgettable.